This video will take you through a comprehensive understanding of how to use the parametric design function in RHIKNOWBOT. The video is into parts: what parametric design can do and detailed explanation of the parametric design function. What can parametric design do? Parametric design includes three functions: interference, randomization, and 2D patterns. Interference function. The interference function has two modes: scaling and moving. You can also identify the center of interference to create some special variations. Random function. The random function can randomly group objects together according to a specified ratio. You can also add reference objects for interference selection. 2D pattern function. The 2D pattern function can generate various types of textures. You can also customize the various types of object outputs and the interval between these textures. Detailed explanation of parametric design function. Interference function. Draw the interfered object in Rhino software. Use the array command here. Draw the interfering object. The interfering object can be a point, line, or surface object. Open the interference function interface and more. First, select the interfered object. Select the interfering object. Click the confirmation button to complete the interference. Change the scaling interval and repeat the interference. When interfering with the same group of objects, the old interference result will be automatically deleted. During 3D interference, the object will be scaled three-dimensionally with the center point as a reference. Switch to 2D scale in the scaling mode. In 2D scaling interference, the object will be scaled in the XY plane. Switch to the x-axis of 1D scale for interference. Complete the uniaxial scaling of the object along the x-axis. Switch to the y-axis of 1D scale for interference. Complete the uniaxial scaling of the object along the y-axis. Switch to the z-axis of 1D scale for interference. Complete the uniaxial scaling of the object along the z-axis. Check Customize and select the spherical area mode to generate interference. The interference range is limited to the cylinder generated along the interference curve. Slide the lever to adjust the influence range of the interference object. Switch to the cubical area mode and generate interference. The interference range is limited to the rectangular column generated along the interference curve. Slide the lever to adjust the influence range of the interference object. Draw a custom influence range cuboid, cylinder, sphere. Click the self-defined button and select a limiting block. Click Confirm to generate interference. Complete the interference on objects within the defined range. Check the custom center function. At this time, when reselecting the interference object, another central object needs to be selected. The scaling center of the interfered object will be projected onto the central object. In this example, the scaling reference point is the projection of the object's center point on the surface. Switch to the moving interference mode. Select the interfered object. Select the interference object. Click the Confirm button to perform interference. The size of the object will not change. Instead, it will move in the direction away from the interference object. Click to switch to the x-axis in the uniaxial mode. Click to generate interference. In this mode, the object will move along the x-axis. Click to switch to the Y-axis in the axial mode. Click Confirm to perform interference. In this mode, the object will move along the Y-axis. Click to switch to the Z-axis of the axial mode. Click Confirm to perform interference. In this mode, the object will move along the Z-axis. Random function. Open the random function pop-up window. Select the objects to be randomly grouped. Edit the random proportion and input any integer. The sum of all values does not necessarily have to be 100, and each value is separated by a comma. In this example, the objects have been divided into 3 groups. Put them on different layers to see the effect. Check Select Reference Object to enter the interference mode. Click the Select button to select random objects. After pressing the Enter key to confirm, select the interference object. One-click Random Interference. The random grouping at this time already has an interference effect. 2D pattern function. Click the 2D patterning button to open the pop-up window. Select the texture type from the Type drop-down menu. There are 8 different textures built into the system to choose from. Generate a hexagonal pattern, rhombus pattern, triangle pattern A, triangle pattern B, triangle pattern C, regular rectangular pattern, random rectangular pattern, brick rectangular pattern. There are 2 methods for determining the arrangement: fixed quantity and fixed size. First, generate a texture with a fixed quantity. Edit the number of textures in the U and V directions. Click the Select Surface button to generate an 8*8 hexagonal texture. Switch to the fixed size mode. Let's take a 100*100 rectangular surface as an example. Modify the size of a single pattern. Generate a texture according to the fixed size. Switch the output object to a curve. Editing the scaling or offset parameters can change the size of the output object. Edit the scale data. The output pattern will be scaled with its own center. Edit the offset data. The output pattern will be offset by the corresponding size.